What if I told you that you're trapped in a system you can't escape from? A system where the more you try to succeed, the deeper you sink into control. This is the reality for millions of Americans. And it all starts with something simple: debt. But don't be fooled. This isn't just about loans, credit cards, or mortgages. This is about a much bigger game being played behind the scenes. A game where you're the pawn, and the government, the banks, and corporations are the players. And the stakes? Your financial freedom. Let's break it down. In the United States, the average person is burdened by debt from the moment they enter the workforce. From student loans to car payments, credit card debt, and mortgages, this financial weight doesn't just weigh down individuals. It has a ripple effect that controls the entire economy. According to recent reports, the average American household carries around $96,000 in debt. Sounds like a lot, right? But here's the catch: this debt isn't just about making purchases. It's a tool that keeps people trapped into a cycle of payments, interest, and financial anxiety. Now, debt isn't just some unfortunate byproduct of living in America. It's a deliberate strategy, a strategy to keep the population in check. Here's the thing: debt is a form of control. It forces people to stay within the system. It keeps them working, paying, struggling, and never really able to break free. But why would the system want to control its citizens in this way? The answer is simple: power. Financial institutions and the government have created an environment where the debt cycle benefits them more than it does the individuals involved. Let's take a step back and look at the government. It's no secret that the U.S. government itself is in trillions of dollars of debt. In fact, the U.S. national debt recently passed $33 trillion. But that's not the end of it. The government has a unique relationship with debt. It creates more of it, encourages more of it, and sometimes, it uses it to fuel its own agenda. Through programs like student loans, home mortgages, and credit access, the government has essentially tied individuals' economic futures to the state of the economy. And that's where it gets tricky. If the economy crashes, if inflation rises, if interest rates spike, those who are already deep in debt will be the most affected. They'll have no choice but to keep going, keep working, keep paying. But the government isn't the only one benefiting from this debt trap. Big corporations are deeply invested in keeping consumers financially shackled. Think about the companies that provide credit cards, car loans, mortgages, and even payday loans. These businesses profit off of your debt, making billions of dollars each year. In fact, the entire financial industry depends on it. Without debt, their profits would plummet. Corporations have mastered the art of creating dependency. They offer easy credit, which feels like freedom, but it's actually a leash, slowly pulling you back in, forcing you to make minimum payments with massive interest rates. And guess what? The more you owe, the more they profit. Now, let's talk about something even more insidious: the psychological aspect of debt. Have you ever noticed how, when you owe money, you feel stressed, anxious, or even guilty? That's by design. The financial system has cultivated an environment where debt is normalized, and anyone who isn't in debt is somehow seen as abnormal. This constant pressure takes a toll on your mental health, relationships, and overall well-being. Debt isn't just a financial burden, it's a psychological prison. And for many, it's a prison they can't escape, because the pressure to keep up forces them to keep working harder and harder, just to stay afloat. But is there hope? Can you escape the cycle? Yes. But only if you understand the system and learn to make smarter financial decisions. Start by reducing your reliance on credit, paying off high-interest debts first, and building an emergency fund. The more you understand the system, the more power you have to take control of your financial future. But it's not just about individual action, it's about changing the system itself. We need more education, more transparency, and less reliance on financial institutions that thrive off of our misfortune. Debt may seem like just a normal part of life, but when you step back and look at the bigger picture, it becomes clear. Debt is a tool of control. A tool that keeps you dependent, working, and struggling. The question is, will you let it control you, or will you break free? This is just the beginning. If you want to learn more about how the system works and how to protect yourself from being controlled, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. The truth is out there. It's time to take control.